Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Silver. We're back for another whip and chat. Today I'm working on a painting called Dumbo. It's has a stained glass effect. So basically a lot of 310, which is the black colorway. I'm using the pen. The pen is actually the Espresso Bean by Silverluna. I'm sorry, I keep mispronunciating that name. I am so sorry, but all their information, everything that I'm working on, will have links and stuff down below in the description bar. Had a panic moment just now. Hey, what letter am I actually putting down? Ha ha ha. Anyway, either way, I have just woken up, so I am going to apologize profusely for the frog in my throat, because that is going to happen a few times, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see. As to the rest of this week, we had a relatively calm yet busy week. Let's see. I spent Tuesday and Thursday on my streams as usual. Tuesday and Wednesday, as usual, pretty much on my streams. We had lots of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I have been working on not much diamond painting, although I did finish sections 1, 2. I had what is it, 9 through 12, and then a little bit of 5. Since the last time we all talked on midnight, I'll have to show progress pictures here if I can remember to pop that in later. Because future Silver might be still just as sleepy doing editing, but that's another story altogether. Let's see. We spent a lot of our time this week getting MTI prepped for his race that was on Saturday. Basically a lot of, hey, what game can you attack between now and Thursday? That was essentially his plan, was to take Friday off both from work and from working on the different games and things like that. Both of us spent a lot of time just kind of hiding out and sleeping pretty much on Friday, but that's fine. What else did we do? Oh, let's see. During my streams on Tuesday, or was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, I decided that I was going to try to get to the end of the Fallen Hearts event that's happening with Stream Raiders. That's kind of a big game that I've been, I would say, obsessed with over the past, like, year or so. Been playing a lot of Diggy's Adventure, which I figured out I can do directly on their website. So I've been playing that like crazy. That's pretty much not an idle game per se, but the way I play it is like it's constantly up on the screen. You'll notice that I am kind of a gamer. I do play games from time to time that, most people will be like, oh, that's kind of a boring game, but that's kind of what relaxes my brain some days. And this week was full of days I needed to just chill, essentially. Because I was kind of as nervous as he was, let's be completely frank. My MTI was very much nervous. He it's funny because he made a note when he was done with his stream for the event. And I know this is hopping about, but he noticed that his heart rate was up to like I think he said it was like 120. I think it was kind of high. I'm like, wow, you did get your exercise for the day essentially. Like he was very stressed about it the entire time, and he was sharing with a bunch of his like friends and things. And I just thought that was kind of funny that like he managed to look down just as he finished on the he's got a watch that shows like his heart rate and things like that. He's been tracking that a lot while he's doing his practicing and stuff like that, which is why we're like, hey, good to know you can have an elevated heart rate while you're playing video games. So not as useless as people think it might be sometimes. Yeah. I did pop up into his Discord, actually. I'm looking at it now. He did have a 12th place finish, which is amazing. It was better than he thought he was going to get, but to be honest, I kind of figured he was there. It was in the realm of possibility. from the get-go, based on all of the times that he had been entering in their race spreadsheet for weeks before that. I had an inkling that he was going to get there. At least, like, I knew he was going to finish like top 20, no problem, but like top 12 was, that was his best place finish. He's done 3 or 4 of these big 20 events. And so the fact that he keeps improving as he's going along is perfect. It's kind of what you want. Oh yeah, right. The time we were looking at was about 3 hours and 30 minutes and some odd seconds or so. I don't know the exact number. I forgot to write that down because that was the one thing I was supposed to do. I had one job during the event, was to make sure he sort of stayed calm, that he knew what he was doing, that I sort of modded for him, which essentially just means make sure people aren't absolute jerkwads while the games are going on. Essentially, he doesn't really care if people are swearing at him or if people are swearing and things like that. So my job as his mod is very easy. Essentially, he's got everything automated. So I sat there a lot of the time and I was cross-stitching, believe it or not, the entire time. I was working on a Satsuma Street Designs by the name of Wise Guy the entire time that he was streaming, so that was fun. After that, we pretty much hung around all of Sunday, got absolute zilch done on purpose. He was watching the VOD, or the video on demand, back from the race event, just to kind of figure out kind of how everyone else did and things like that, because he's super supportive of everyone that's in the race, never mind just his own scores and things like that. It's kind of a community they've all built up. So he goes back and he watches the VOD and he's like, okay, this is something I noticed kind of randomly, and like at some point he was on the big screen, which is basically essentially the race itself puts up 6 different streamers at one go, usually the 3 that are in the top 3 and then 3 at random. Did I say 9? 6. But anyway, and at one point he had been on the main screen for about like 3 or 4 minutes, and he happens to look over live on stream with his own streaming stuff, and he goes, oh hey, I'm on the big screen. And I just was like, wow, you just noticed that, but that's fine. But just stuff like that, he goes back and it's like, okay, I didn't misplace this, or I could have done this better, but at the same time, and so he's like, he goes through and he's just like, cool. And now he's debating a lot of things that he needs to do for this week to kind of relax and come down from it. And then they have another month or so before they announce the next big 20, and he's already debating doing it because he's my partner, y'all. Loves, like I said, he loves the community that's popped up around it, so he tends to go with that. As for me, I have a lot going on this week with everyone that has been paying even a minuscule amount of attention to things I've been talking about over the past couple of weeks. We do have a raid train event for 999 Pickle Puss. It is our Rainbow Crafts raid train, which is basically anything with rainbows does count. I had hoped to get my hair done for it, but it looks like we're going to be having weather because we have a winter storm warning in effect for the next couple of days, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out and get my hair done professionally. I might just chop it to get the freaking length out of my eyes, and so I don't have to worry about any more headache days between now and then, which will be pretty amazing. And it'll be nice to not have I'm looking at it now, it's at least 4 or 5 inches off my head, which is more than I like having in my eyes. That's a whole other story, and that's the thing that I've been whining about the most. So I've been trying to not talk about it a lot, but as I'm talking and diamond painting, There's literally hair sticking in my face and it's annoying me. Anyway, sorry, I'm still learning the color combos for this one, obviously, because it's the second. It's only the second one, y'all. I started this. Oh boy, howdy! I don't remember what day, but I did finish it or start it rather. Maybe it was Saturday. I'm trying to remember because, or no, wait, not Saturday. It was Friday. I remember now. This past week I did, speaking of that and what I just remembered, on Friday we had our craft along from last year, the You're Not the Boss of Me along. That has officially had ended on the last of December. I finally got my button gear, got the slideshow of all of the everyone's like works in progress and all their finished pictures from the last year. Finally got that up. That does have prize winners in there, so if you did enter the along, I do ask that you just watch that back. I know the video is very long. It just shows off everyone's work in progress. However, at the beginning, that is when I did the when I did the prize drawing at the very beginning there. I'd say within the top 10 minutes maybe. If you haven't, and then just if you've won anything, make sure you do contact me. Write a comment down below the video that you saw that you were a winner and that you would send me a direct message. So that's that. I'm trying to remember what else happened this week. Oh, right. Sorry, because of the along being over, and we ended up having a party and hung out in Discord chats and the chat for YouTube for the whole entire time. It was so much fun. So I want to thank everyone for joining me on that journey. And glad that anyone that stuck around the entire time, because like I said, I know that's a long video. The reason I bring that up is that is actually when I started this painting. I started it during that party, just to kind of be like, hey, I'm working on stuff. I promise I'm working on crafting as this is all happening and not just staring at the screen. So I was like, okay, cool. To be honest, I actually kitted up the painting and went from there. I mentioned this painting is 30 by 40. I didn't. I don't think I did, but it's one of the smaller paintings I have. So I'm like trying to, I don't know if I've mentioned this ever in any WIP in chat, but I'm trying to work on all of my paintings from size wise. Sometimes it's not necessarily working. Like in the case of Midnight, I kind of just jumped the list with that one, but I had it on the go already. I was like, okay, let's do that. So a lot of the 30 by 40s, I'm going to be trying to binge through them as fast as I can on streams and things going forward, I think. Just to give myself a little bit of a break from larger paintings and also getting the smaller ones out of my stash. Because let's be honest, I have a few of them. I have a set of 18 that came in all together, and I am now on the third of that 18. But also I did get a few new paintings from Diamond Art Club recently, and also from Craftably that are small-ish paintings that I think I'm going to do on stream. And probably next in my list. I have to like reevaluate that. I literally just got my Craftably order yesterday. It had been kind of MIA for more than a month, but the reason being is they got a bunch of orders literally all at the same time. Last I heard it was like 700 plus orders, and I was like, oh well, I heard that, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then the order came in on Sunday, and I did a impromptu unboxing with MDI and Mario watching me like I was a crazy person the entire time opening them up, but that's fine. To be honest, he does that all the time. He's just like, ugh, more diamond paintings, ugh, more whatever. I did get 3 of them in that shipment. There's a Starry Night painting that's also a 30 by 40, but it also has like ABs in it, which I've never done before. And I've been on the lookout, to be completely honest, for another version of the Starry Night painting that wasn't the original one that tripped me up years ago. So here's hoping. The plan for that is once I finish all of the stained glass ones, I am actually going to be working on the Starry Night painting that I had from ages ago. I don't have it near me, otherwise I'd show you. I got mostly done. I think a lot of what tripped me up is that I realized pretty quickly in my diamond painting journey that I did not like double-sided tape paintings. So I've been delaying doing this one as much as possible. I prefer poured glue, which this particular painting happens to be, which is I'm excited about. So basically I'm going to finish what little I have left comparatively, because like, you know, it was weird the other day. MTI looks at it and he goes, wait, that's the same Starry Night painting that we started like back in 2018? And I'm like, yes, dear, it is the same painting. He's like, dang, that's a smaller painting than I remember it being. I'm like, well, when we didn't know what the flip we were doing, and then I took it over and stuff like that. So it was like he hasn't really properly looked at it in like 2 years. I think that's the last time I actually did any work on it. Was it 2 years ago? 2 years, something like that. I don't know. I was one of my first diamond painting streams was with this painting. That should tell you. Like, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. So I was like, okay, you know what? This has been on my, do I eat it out of my stash without actually working on it? Or do I just buckle down and be stubborn with it and finish it? I think I made the decision that yes, I do want the finish, if nothing else, to finish it and put it in my artist portfolio that I've been collecting of the 30 by 40s. Just to say, yes, I finished my first painting that I ever started, which was that Starry Night, but it did take me a bit. It took me a hot minute to finish it, and I am finally glad I finally finished this thing, even though I was putting it off for years. I finally put it into a new what do you call it, a new diamond painting case, so hopefully that will inspire me just a little bit more. All right, I have done 4 colors while we've been chatting, y'all. I'm pleasantly surprised at how much I got done. Either way, I'm starting to lose my voice. Inside baseball. I usually record these before my first coffee in the morning, so I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna settle in, probably finish up this piece here that I'm on, and maybe this piece next to it. And then I've got a bunch of other little things I need to clean up and finish today. So I will see you guys all next week. Have a wonderful week, y'all. Just comment down below if you have anything that you want to talk about from the week. Bye, y'all.